You know, fall is a great time to take a soil sample. The reason for that is when the results come back to your county agent's office, they'll have a little more spare time to go over the results and give you a good report. Also, the sample will come back more quickly than if you process it through the spring rush. Right now I'm taking soil samples in our blueberries here in our studio garden. They've been planted for a couple years now, and we need to have an idea of how the pH is doing. You know, usually with blueberries you adjust the soil pH when you plant them to make the soil more acid. We like to see the pH stay around 5.0 to 5.2. But in a regular Oklahoma soil like this, after a couple years that pH can creep back up again. So we want to keep an eye on it and make sure that it's staying fairly acid. If the results come back telling us it's gotten fairly alkaline, we'll have to add more sulfur and drop the pH down again. Now, any part of your garden can use a soil test this time of year, whether it's a lawn or a vegetable garden or a fruit planting or a flower bed. The idea in taking a soil test or soil sample is to dig down 6 to 8 inches and don't include any particles such as this woody mulch. That can throw the results off. Make sure that you take a slice out of the center of the shovel. Now, our soil's a little damp today, so we're going to have to spread it out to dry when we're through. In a vegetable garden, you want to take about 10 subsamples, but in a small patch like this, we're just taking about 5 today. Also, if you've got any trouble spots in the garden where the plants have grown slightly differently than the rest of the garden, it's a good idea to take a separate sample for that. Now, of course, soil testing will tell you your soil pH and nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium content in the soil. It can't help you if your plants have been diseased. It can't help you if you've purchased sick plants or poor seed. It will only help you identify any problems with fertility in the soil. If you want any other nutrients to be tested for, such as magnesium or iron, there is an extra charge for that, and you can contact your county director about those details. The usual sequence in taking a soil sample to be processed through the OSU labs is to get your sample together in a bucket such as this, and you want to mix your subsamples around. And then let it dry down real well. The reason we say that is if you bring a wet soil sample into your county extension office, the processing will be delayed quite a bit because they'll have to let that dry down before they mail it. You can imagine the postal costs on a bunch of wet soil. Also, if you take it directly to the labs, if you live in the Stillwater area, it'll have to sit and dry down before they can test it.